Welcome back to Fire Emblem Echoes. Last time, we set sail for Zofia. However, we must now fight pirates, so let's go just fight the Pirate King right now. And here we are. No opening cutscene before we wash ashore, but we've got a pretty big army right here. Got a whole lot of pirates, including the dread Pirate King, Barth. Here he is. He's got dried meats. We've also got this band of green units over here. These, of course, are the people we heard about that set sail for the pirate throne. Valbar here is trying to avenge his family, so let's make sure he doesn't die like everybody thought he would.
I mean, how dangerous can Barth be? He didn't even get an opening cutscene.
That looks good. Let's go.
By the mighty parrot of Shanty Pete, what be that racket? Yar har ho! Looks like more little mice be squeaking into me keep.
Are you the one they call Barth? I order you to halt your piracy and leave these waters at once.
I'll do no such thing, ye shrill woman! No one enters the lair of the Pirate King and starts squawking orders but me!
You see, lass? What'd I tell you about trying to reason with sea dogs?
Yar bold words from a fool man! Well, I'll put your steel to the test. Have at 'em, boys! Take the man's guts for garters, but leave the wench alive! I'll not have a single scratch on her! Ruins the sale price it to! Yar har ho!
See what I mean?
Redemption is a lost cause for a man like you, Barth. Your reign as Pirate King ends here.
What's with the sudden shift in position?
Well, I'll be. Looks like another band has joined the fray.
Must be our lucky day. Splitting their forces in two should make Barth that much easier to defeat.
You know why I like you, Valbar? Because you're such an optimist. From where I'm standing, our odds look somewhere between grim and dire.
What, you mean because we're horribly outnumbered?
You two better stop gabbing like hens and start fighting like you want to live. Now, if we can take Barth out of the picture, his goons should scatter. So you know what to do, right, boys? Ignore the runts and take aim for Barth.
I heard talk in port about a man seeking revenge on Barth for killing his family. Perhaps this is his crew. Let's advance with caution and try to aid their cause.
Alright, so this chapter, not a lot of cover to take, and we've got a whole lot of units. It would be nice to have Valbar in our party already, so we could, tank this opening set of characters, but whatever, Selka and Saber over here should do good enough. We do have a heal spot back on the ship, but I don't want to retreat. I'd prefer not to do that.
You can't win.
No, I still got this. He didn't take off all my HP.
Yards is only a flesh wound.
He took off my ass, but I still be fighting. Alright, so we've got an archer over here in Leon. We've got another mercenary in Kamui. And Valbar is a knight. Other than the mercenary, we're sorely lacking in all of these. But again, they're green units, so they'll just do as they please. They will move towards us initially, I believe, but I want to take out the group near me as soon as possible, because, again, you lose out on experience if they get kills. That being said, though, I guess today, one thing that's been on my mind is the original box art for Fire Emblem Gaiden. So, it's interesting, because Valbar here, for some reason, had top billing on the cover art. he was good enough to get on the cover. Like, the original cover art for Gaiden has Almond Selka, of course, obviously. Then you have what I assume to be Rudolph in the background, looking, imposing and menacing. And then Valbar's there for some reason.
I can see everything so clear.
He's just there. next to the other characters who are important. Not somebody like, oh, I don't know, Mycen, who was still pretty important in the backstory of Gaiden before they added a lot of stuff. So, I don't know why they did that, to be honest. Maybe somebody just really liked, maybe somebody just really liked Valbar and what little story he had. He's got a dead family. You help him avenge the family, even in Gaiden, and then you never really hear from him again outside of just using him.
Yeah, maybe it was an issue with, like, they developed the box art before they had the story hammered down, and maybe Valbar was more important in earlier drafts or something.
Maybe the artist really liked him. I don't know.
It is... I don't know why they couldn't have just had 2 characters.
Yeah, that's kind of what Echo's box art does. It's got Alm, it's got Selka, and it's got some generic soldiers in a background.
I feel myself getting stronger lately.
But yeah, like, compare that to, like, the original Fire Emblem, which just had a bunch of characters on it, which, you know, I think got the point across well enough. It's a little bit scattershot. Marth's front and center, Garneth, or Medius is there. Then you just got a bunch of the characters who are at least a little bit important in the game. And that makes sense. And then, you know, you have other box art like Fire Emblem Awakening, which, you know, has some of the more prominent characters in the game, but there are also some characters who are, you know, maybe not the main characters per se. It's got a good mix. It's got precisely 11 characters and no more, but, you know, it's a good representation of kind of who you have. You know, you got your Chrom on there, main character, but then you have someone like, I don't know, Flavia, she's there. Frederick, because, I mean, he's gotta be there. But yeah, just... Gaiden's box art to me always just stands out as being really weird, specifically because of Valbar.
It doesn't help that Valbar looks worse because this is the NES era of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, his design is fine in this game, and it was, I mean, not terrible in Gaiden, but, like, I wouldn't say it's box art worthy.
He looks like he gave up on trying to grow a pompadour.
You make fun of his hair and he's just like, you know what, you do have a point. I see no reason to go berserk. Honestly, you're right. I've put no real effort into this hair.
And since Valbar covers his hair in this game, we have no reason to think his hairstyle doesn't look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that's why he has it covered.
I'll take care of it.
Oh geez. Well, I thought I was gonna get a little bit of HP back, but I'm just going to eat your soul, I guess.
Tough luck.
Imagine going to fight a guy and before he attacks you, he glows not once, but twice.
He screams to the heavens, and then he glows a second time afterwards. And then you just feel your soul leave your body as his wounds just heal before you. Turns out, accompanying Barth, not a good idea. Pirate King, not very trustworthy in, you know, keeping you alive. Terrible insurance, can't guarantee you anything, and then your soul's either devoured by a grizzled man with an eye patch or a small child. Alright, so we've cleaned up our neck of the woods. There's a couple more bandits here. And Barth is still in his hidey hole so far. Valbar is still taking hits, not caring at all. Okay, so I know I said we could take care of this crew, but like, I don't know, Valbar and his guys also seem like they're pretty strong. They might have been able to take this.
If they had any healing, they would have been fine.
Yeah, like, all they need is some of that sweet, sweet dried meat that Barth has, and they're good to go. Honestly, yeah, they're just the complete crew. Valbar's there for defense, Leon's there to attack from a distance, and Kamui is just the very good stab man who's good at stabbing.
Valbar is also very good at stabbing.
To be fair, yeah, actually.
Kamui's a little redundant. It's just we need 2 upfront boys to cover our back boy.
Mm-hmm. Do not allow Backboy to be hurt. He took a lot of time on his makeup, and you know what? Nobody wants to ruin that. Including this pirate, who could have gone for the person he could actually damage, but didn't. And now that person's going to kill him.
You fool!
Very hard.
So sorry.
So it goes without saying, of course, that out of everybody in Echoes, Leon got the best glow-up. I mean, look, I know everybody got a glow-up for Echoes, but, like, Leon, though.
I would argue in terms of most improved, Bowie might be the holder of that crown. But if we're judging based entirely on the end result, then yeah, Leon.
To be fair, Leon in the original kind of just looked like a variation of one of the Wolfguard characters from Arcanea. Could just be one of them or one of the Cavalier boys. Also, his original art just had him also do the eye close thing that Kamui does.
I've killed all the bigger mice than you in me spit. Hold back now.
I also don't remember what Kamui's name in the Japanese version is. I don't remember if it's still Kamui, but the main thing is Kamui is also the default name of the Avatar character in Fates. So I don't know if they just allowed for that to happen twice, or if they changed it, but yeah. Of course, in the localized version, that's Corrin. It's probably well known.
I was supposed to be the king of the seas!
Alright, I got his meat. Not replacing the cookie with it, though.
A win's a win.
I didn't think we did that badly. I mean, I guess I am talking to Saber, who did take several blows to the head and body in general.
Whew. It looks like those men are all okay.
Alright, so, with that done, let's head on into the fortress. We could move on, but we have some potential new friends to make. You don't want to get through that battle and just leave, do you? Big shark in the background.
Ho-ho! Look who the cat dragged in! I'm Valbar, by the way. You really saved my bacon back there. And since that bastard Barth is dead, my family can finally rest. Right. Sorry. Got a little emotional there for a second. So, hey, is there anything I can do to thank you? I'll be honest, I'm not good at much besides cracking skulls. But if you need skulls cracked, I'm your man. What do you say?
You're going off with them, old friend? Well, they'd better make room, because I go where you go. No complaints about that, right? Everybody on the same page? Great.
You joining up with this lot, Valbar? Interesting. Well, it's your call. I don't have a preference either way. Oh, but let me ask you one question. do you have seraphim magic? If not, then you'd best stay clear of the Seabound Shrine. Necro dragons are the one thing I absolutely refuse to tangle with.
Wait, you two are coming?
Well, obviously. I go where you go. That's the deal. And I don't care who doesn't like it.
And I just go wherever the money flows like wine.
You jokers are a couple of real class acts. You ever stop to think that maybe you're being rude to the priestess? She's on a holy mission a mission of... It's important, okay?
It's all right, Valbar. They're welcome to come along if they like. It's an honor and a pleasure to have such capable company. They've both proven their skill, and can be rather amusing to boot. So I thank you one and all for brightening our journey.
Aw, shucks, m'lady. We should be the ones thanking you.
My, that was some praise. I thought I'd give at least 50%, but now you get all of it.
You know me. I'll give you as much as you pay me for.
Did you jokers hear anything I just said?
Here comes the Valbar squad, starting with the namesake of the group, Valbar. So, you know how Saber is an okay tank, you know, he can absorb a few hits, he's not too bad? Yeah, no, throw that use out the door, because here comes Valbar. Valbar is phenomenal. Like, honestly, his defense is better than Saber's already very good defense. His HP is also slightly better, and dang, he's also got pretty good attack and skill. Really, the only place where Valbar falters is his speed growth rate. I mean, if we're looking at Saber, Valbar's luck is also slightly worse than Saber's, but like, not by much, and it doesn't much matter. Like, Valbar's already got plenty of skill, and nobody's going to be doing much damage to him at all, so if you're worried about crits, don't be. If you have to worry about crits with Valbar, you have to worry about crits far more for any other character, and Valbar's still your best choice if you need to soak a hit. Not only that though, Valbar also has 1% resistance. That's right, 1 whole percent. He has a very, very small chance of upping his resistance. Which, considering it starts as a 0, he could use that. That really is his biggest problem, is other characters at least have a starting advantage, even if they're never going to get better without an item. Valbar, though, yeah, no, without items, you're really not going to want him to go up against mages. That's his one weakness, unless you get stupidly lucky. You probably won't get that lucky, but you never know. That 1% might proc over and over again. Next off is Leon, who is thoroughly okay. So, good points. He does have a 4% resistance, but he's an archer, so eventually he won't really need to be that close to anything ever, so you really won't need to worry about him getting hits. Which is good, because his defense isn't really anything to write home about. His HP? Not bad, not bad. He can soak some damage through raw numbers, not from actual defense or resistance. Really though, Leon's big stat is his skill. It's at 60%, which theoretically means he should be able to hit just about anything. Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to say Leon will always hit, considering some people are supposed to be faster and aren't Python. Regardless though, Leon's biggest advantage is being an archer. You don't get a high number of them in Celica's route, so without pitchforks, you don't have too many options. And archers are pretty good. Being able to attack from super far away is very helpful. The main issue is just Leon's attack is kind of middling. 30% is decent in Fire Emblem Echoes, however it is a bit more of a dice roll. Your Leon could wind up pretty powerful, And as long as he doesn't get too screwed over on his attack rolls, his skill should make up for that. He should be able to get a lot of crits. And boy, we're just talking about luck today, huh? 'Cause now we're on Kamui. Kamui's a mercenary, which means we've got overlap with Saber. And I'm gonna be honest, Kamui's biggest weakness is the fact that he doesn't have a super strong distinction in comparison to Saber. His growth rates that are better than Saber's are only slightly better. Like, he's got 35% attack, Saber had 30% attack. It's better, but not by much. Same for speed, it's also only 5% higher. And then both his HP and defense are worse. So, he doesn't fill the same defensive niche that Saber does, which makes sense considering Valbar's in his party. It would be a bit redundant if he were also defensive. But I don't feel like he is more strong and fast than Saber in a way that matters enough. So he kind of falters without that niche. And if you're wondering why I mentioned luck, yeah, no, I think Kamui is a pretty good example of how luck can alter how a character plays in a given game. Because looking at him here, he looks pretty lackluster, and it seems Saber should have him beat. But that extra little bit of luck could put him ahead, and in fact, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but Kamui, at least for a little while, isn't going to turn out too badly. We're gonna see him actually get pretty good over the next few maps, even though we're looking at him right here and it's like, I don't know, buddy, I don't know. You could be better. His base stats are also kind of all over the place in comparison to Saber. I mean, look, I didn't compare Valbar and Saber as much, because they're different classes, and even though they do fulfill a certain niche, it's much easier to just look at two mercenaries and be like, it's weird that they gave us Kamui looking like this. I don't know why they didn't just make him go full on Myrmidon. I feel like he should have just had much higher skill or speed, or much higher attack, like really anything. Like give him 10% over Saber in something. He's just not distinct is the issue. But yeah, now we have this crew, and they're all quite welcome. Honestly, even Kamui's pretty strong, even though out of everybody he is a bit redundant, but Valbar's a powerhouse, and Leon is a little inaccurate at the moment, but I mean, it's an archer. Are you gonna argue with an archer? No.
It is weird that Kamui is like the least standout character, or like the least standout character at this point, and one of the less standout characters in the game, because his name means God. Mm-hmm. It's an Ainu word for God, which leads me to believe that he named himself.
Alright, ooh, treasure vault. Alright, well then, whole lot of treasure. Hey guys, you just hanging out here?
You're going to the Seabound Shrine, eh, Priestess? Oh, I've heard tale of a wondrous treasure that sleeps there. But while I like a bit of coin as much as the next, I'd urge you to reconsider. For a necro dragon filled with deadly purpose is said to haunt that place. Steel won't even tickle its hide. They say it scoffs at all but seraphim magic.
We're sailors from Rigel, we is. We owes you our freedom. Zophian pirate scum ride the sea like they owns it. But what's our emperor do? Not a damn thing. Guess his precious war's all he cares about. Just what kind of man's he become, anyway?
As a boy, Regel's Emperor Rudolph was as fine a crown prince as you could desire. But since ascending to the throne, well, something has certainly changed. Still, I continue to place my faith in him, as must we all.
Alright, well, let's just look over these riches, I guess.
You can't take any of it.
Oh, there we go, golden apple. Alright, the one thing of note here. Celica, no. This is so much gold, and the people who owned it are probably dead, because that's how pirates be.
So
That's finders keepers rules, Celica.
Yeah, like, I get that's not a bad thing to think. But given the technology you have access to, any attempt to return this is going to fail.
Hey, we do have a cog, though. That helps us, so I guess we'll take it. That's another retry if we need it. Can't argue with that either.
I won't take any of these coins, but I will take everything else.
I'll take this sword, I'll take this golden apple. Hey, if I don't take it, a war might start, so better I get it. Alright, so let's outfit these people a little bit. Well, absolutely nothing I can do about that shield situation. Sorry, Valbar. Yep, nothing I can do whatsoever, so take some garlic.
It'll be useful when we have to fight vampires.
You're a little Wario-shaped. A bit taller, but it's a bit of that vibe. Anyway, though, yes, we have saved Valbar, so next time on Fire Emblem Echoes, let's actually go to that shrine with a dragon on it. That sounds fun.
Next time, Valbar makes a video game company where you have to play a whole bunch of really small video games.